The morning light slips through the curtain. A soft breeze moves the air, carrying the scent of tea. Margaret sits by the window, her hands wrapped around a warm cup. She watches the quiet street, the slow rhythm of life outside. Her body feels heavy, her knees a little stiff. She sighs, remembering the days when she could walk for hours. But today feels different. There's a small spark of intention in her chest. She decides to move gently without pressure. She places the cup down and straightens her back. Her shoulders rise as she takes a slow breath in. The sound of the world softens, just for a moment. Each inhale feels like light returning to her body. Each exhale, a quiet release. The stiffness begins to melt, almost unnoticed. Her breath becomes a rhythm, calm and steady. Outside, a bird sings, and she smiles softly. She realizes movement isn't about age, but awareness. It's about listening to the whisper of your own body. And in that moment, Margaret begins her quiet stretch toward a new day. The sun rises slowly, painting the sky in pale gold. A soft hum of morning fills the air, steady and calm. Margaret stands by her window, feeling the gentle light on her face. Her breath is slow, quiet, carrying both peace and hesitation. She used to start her days with music, a cup of tea and movement. But lately, her mornings have grown still, her body quieter than before. The world seems faster now, rushing beyond her rhythm. She wonders when she stopped listening to her own body's whisper. Her shoulders tighten slightly as she lifts her cup of tea. The warmth touches her fingers, reminding her she's still here. Her reflection in the window looks kind, though a little tired. There's wisdom in those lines around her eyes. They tell stories of years filled with laughter, loss, and love. Margaret closes her eyes for a moment. She feels her heartbeat, steady and true. There's a thought forming, gentle but clear. Maybe it's time to move again. Not to chase youth, but to honor the body that carried her this far. She remembers her doctor's words, soft but certain. Movement keeps the blood flowing, Margaret. It keeps your spirit bright. Those words linger like a melody she once knew by heart. She sets the cup aside and lets her hands rest on her thighs. Her breath deepens, slow and deliberate. Inhale, feel the chest rise. Exhale, let the shoulders drop. She feels the difference almost instantly. The air feels cooler, lighter, as if her lungs had been waiting for this. Her feet press gently against the floor, steady and grounded. It's not about stretching far, she thinks, it's about waking up. Each breath feels like sunlight touching every corner of her body. Her neck relaxes, her back softens, her mind quiets. The tension that once felt like a knot begins to ease. Outside, a bird sings again, the same one from yesterday. Its song feels like encouragement, like a small invitation. Margaret smiles, lifting her arms slowly. Her joints protest a little, but she listens kindly. No rush, no pressure, just movement in rhythm with breath. Her fingers stretch wide, reaching toward the ceiling. She imagines energy flowing through her fingertips. The stiffness in her shoulders fades with each exhale. Her breath and body move together, like old friends meeting again. The stillness of the room begins to change. It's filled now with quiet life, a heartbeat, a rhythm. Margaret feels her circulation awakening, warm and alive. Her heart beats stronger, her breath softer, her mind at ease. She realizes it's not about exercise. It's about reconnecting to her body, her breath, her present moment. She whispers to herself, "This is enough." The words feel true, simple, and healing. She closes her eyes again, resting in that gentle awareness. Outside, the day has fully begun, but inside, she's just starting anew. Her breath flows like a calm river, steady and kind. And as she stands there, arms lowered, heart open, she knows. This is how peace feels, one breath, one stretch at a time. The afternoon light drifts softly through the window. Margaret sits in her favorite chair, listening to the ticking clock. The sound feels familiar, steady, like the rhythm of her own breath. She remembers the first time she felt her body slow down. It wasn't sudden, but a quiet fading of strength, one small moment at a time. A walk that once felt effortless began to feel longer. Her knees would ache, her shoulders tighten after a short stretch. She used to ignore it, telling herself it was just part of aging. But deep inside, she knew her body was calling for attention. One evening, her granddaughter Emma came to visit. Emma had that sparkle of youth, a gentle curiosity in her eyes. "Grandma," she said, "why don't we do some stretching together?" Margaret laughed softly, shaking her head. "Oh, darling, I'm not as flexible as I used to be." But Emma only smiled. "You don't have to be, you just have to start." Those words stayed with her long after Emma went home. They echoed in her mind, like a song she couldn't forget. The next morning she tried again, just one simple movement. Lifting her arms, breathing deeply, reaching gently toward the sky. It was awkward at first, her body unsure, her balance unsteady. But something inside her felt lighter, freer, more alive. The stiffness that had become her silent companion began to fade. Each day she added one more small movement. A turn of the neck, a roll of the shoulders, a soft stretch through her legs. Her body began to remember the language of motion. And with every breath, she felt a quiet connection returning. She noticed her hands felt warmer, her steps steadier. Even her sleep grew deeper, her mornings calmer. The change wasn't dramatic, but it was real. It was a whisper, not a shout, a reminder of life's gentle rhythm. Margaret began to understand that movement was not about perfection. It was about respect, a conversation between her and her body. She no longer chased strength or speed. She moved for circulation, for calm, for the simple joy of being. Her days started to bloom again, like flowers after rain. She smiled more, breathed deeper, laughed freely. And sometimes, in the middle of her stretch, she would think of Emma. She'd whisper softly, "Thank you, my dear, for reminding me." Now stretching had become her quiet ritual, her way of prayer. A daily promise to care for the body that carried her through decades. Each morning she greeted her reflection with kindness, not judgment. She saw not an old woman, but a story still unfolding. Her body, her breath, her movement, all parts of a living poem. She realized something beautiful: aging is not an ending. It's an awakening, a return to awareness. And in that truth, Margaret found peace deeper than she ever imagined. A peace that came not from stillness, but from moving gently with life. The morning air feels cool against Margaret's skin. She opens the window, letting the sunlight spill into the room. The sound of distant birds greets her like an old friend. Today, she's ready to begin again, her gentle awakening. She places a small mat on the floor, soft and welcoming. The world outside is alive, yet everything feels calm inside. She takes a slow breath in, her chest expanding like a quiet wave. Her hands rest on her thighs, grounding her to the moment. The warmth of her palms reminds her that she's safe here. Each inhale feels like an invitation to reconnect. Each exhale, a release of what no longer serves her. Her eyes close naturally, not from tiredness but trust. She lets the breath lead, not the mind. The rhythm begins slow, gentle, patient. Her thoughts drift like clouds, passing softly through her awareness. She doesn't chase them, she lets them move on their own. This is the beginning, not of exercise but of presence. Her body starts to listen again, one muscle at a time. The tension in her neck whispers, "I'm here." And she answers with a slow tilt of her head, easing the strain. Her shoulders roll backward, small circles of release. The bones creak a little, but there's comfort in the sound. It means she's alive, moving, reclaiming her rhythm. She stretches her fingers wide, feeling the space between them. Her breath deepens with every motion, her pulse steady and kind. The air fills her lungs, flows to her fingertips, then leaves gently. She imagines light traveling through her veins, warming every part. Her legs shift slightly, the weight of her body evenly balanced. Her heels press softly into the mat, a reminder of stability. Each movement feels like a conversation, not a command. Her body responds, grateful, tender, awake. She opens her eyes slowly, meeting the morning light again. The colors seem brighter now, the sound sharper, more alive. It's as if the world had been waiting for her to return. Margaret smiles, realizing this moment is enough. No rush, no goal, just breath and awareness. She begins to move through her gentle sequence. Her arms rise slowly, guided by breath, not effort. She holds the stretch, feeling both strength and surrender. Her spine lengthens, her heart lifts, her mind quiets. There's peace in the space between each inhale and exhale. Her body is not what it was years ago, but it's wiser now. It knows how to move with care, how to rest with grace. She listens to that wisdom with every gentle motion. The sound of her breathing fills the room like soft music. She feels circulation awakening, warmth spreading from within. Her body hums quietly, alive in its own steady rhythm. She stands still again, hands at her heart, eyes closed. The air around her feels lighter, her thoughts softer. She whispers to herself, I am here, I am well. And for the first time in a long time, she truly believes it. Margaret stands tall, her feet steady on the mat. The room is quiet, filled only with the soft rhythm of her breath. Sunlight touches her shoulders, warm and golden like a gentle blessing. She begins the flow, slow and kind, just as her body needs. Her chin lowers slightly, and she tilts her head to the right. A stretch moves through her neck, calm and deep. She breathes in slowly, then exhales with ease. Her head rolls to the left, the motion smooth and graceful. Each side opens softly, tension melting like snow in sunlight. Her shoulders lift in a slow roll, backward first, then forward. She feels the gentle release of years of quiet strain. The joints creak softly, but the sound feels alive, reassuring. Her arms lift upward, fingers reaching toward the ceiling. Her palms face each other, her breath filling the space between. For a moment she feels light, as if her body floats above the earth. Then slowly, her hands lower, following the rhythm of her breath. She smiles faintly, feeling her heartbeat settle into balance. Next, she twists gently, turning her torso to the right. Her hands rest lightly on her hips, her gaze soft over her shoulder. She breathes in the stretch, steady and mindful. The motion feels familiar now, like an old memory returning. She turns to the left, mirroring the movement, calm and centered. Her spine feels alive, lengthening with every twist. Each breath deepens her connection to her body's quiet language. She moves to her legs, extending one foot forward. Her toes point, then flex, a wave of motion traveling upward. The muscles in her calves awaken, humming softly. She switches sides, her balance steady, her focus kind. Every movement small, deliberate, filled with awareness. Her breath never leaves her. It moves with her, steady as a guide. She circles her ankles slowly, first clockwise, then the other way. The motion feels like drawing invisible circles of calm in the air. She laughs quietly, surprised by the simple joy of motion. It's not about doing it perfectly, she thinks, it's about feeling. Each circle brings warmth to her feet, a pulse of quiet energy. Her body feels lighter now, grounded yet free. She pauses, placing one hand on her heart, the other on her belly. She breathes deeply, listening to the sound within. Her heart beats in rhythm with the air she draws in. Her breath flows like a gentle tide, in, out, calm, steady. She stands still again, sensing the balance she's created. There is no rush, no expectation, only being. Her body has become both the teacher and the student. She realizes this practice isn't about stretching alone. It's about presence, feeling every inch of herself alive again. The air feels lighter, her thoughts quieter, her spirit grounded. She looks outside the window, the garden glowing in sunlight. The world seems slower now, breathing with her. And as she lowers her hands and smiles softly, she knows. Every stretch was a whisper of gratitude, every breath a prayer. Margaret stands still, her hands resting gently over her heart. The room feels softer now, filled with quiet warmth and light. Her body hums faintly, like a calm river flowing beneath her skin. She closes her eyes and listens to breath, to heartbeat, to stillness. Each inhale draws in energy, soft but powerful. Each exhale releases weight, memories, and tiny fragments of worry. Her breath becomes her rhythm, her melody, her anchor. In through the nose, slow and full, the air cool and clear. Out through the mouth, warm and tender, carrying release. She imagines her breath as a wave moving through her body. It washes from head to toe, cleansing and awakening each cell. Her chest rises like the tide, her belly expands with grace. Then everything softens as the wave recedes. The rhythm feels ancient, like something she's always known. Margaret thinks about how the body speaks through silence. It tells stories not with words, but with breath and motion. She feels her fingers tingle as circulation stirs again. The warmth spreads upward, a quiet current of life. Her heart beats stronger now, steady and sure. She smiles without meaning to. A small gesture of gratitude. The air tastes different, fresher, lighter, alive. She senses peace unfolding slowly, gently, like a flower opening. Her shoulders relax, her neck softens, her jaw unclenches. Every breath feels like forgiveness, for herself and the years behind her. She inhales, imagining light entering her chest. She exhales, releasing shadows that linger quietly in her body. There is no effort here, only presence. Her breath guides her deeper into calm, deeper into awareness. Margaret feels time slow down, each moment stretched and sacred. The hum of her pulse joins the rhythm of her breathing. They dance together in silence, steady and calm. She thinks of the ocean she used to visit long ago. The sound of waves, the salt air, the endless horizon. That same peace lives here now, within her breath. She no longer needs the sea to feel its stillness. It lives inside her chest, flowing with every inhale and exhale. Her thoughts drift, light as feathers without weight or direction. She breathes again, deeper this time, as if drawing from the earth itself. Energy rises from her feet to her spine, spreading warmth through her body. Her hands over her heart feel the rhythm of life continuing. She whispers softly, "I am calm, I am here." The words vibrate through her, quiet and real. Her body listens, her mind softens, her heart believes. Every cell seems to echo that truth, calm, steady, whole. She feels her circulation flow, a river of warmth and renewal. Her breath expands that flow, keeping her grounded in the moment. Margaret opens her eyes, and the light feels brighter somehow. The air around her seems to breathe with her, gentle and alive. She smiles, knowing this calm is not found, it's remembered. And in this quiet space, she remembers herself completely. Margaret stays still, her eyes half closed, her breath steady and deep. The world outside moves slowly, as if it knows to wait. Her heart beats softly beneath her palms, warm and reassuring. A quiet sense of gratitude rises from within her chest. It begins as a whisper, then spreads gently through her body. She thinks of all the mornings she woke up tired, uncertain, restless. The days when her body felt heavy, and her mind clouded. Now standing here, she feels lighter, anchored yet free. Each inhale feels like a gift, each exhale a release of years past. She smiles softly, realizing how much her body has carried her through. Every step, every breath, every ache, all part of her story. She whispers to herself, "Thank you," her voice trembling with peace. Her fingers rest against her heart, feeling the life pulsing underneath. The beat is strong, steady, and kind, her lifelong companion. She remembers the long walks she used to take by the lake. How the sunlight would dance on the water, calm and endless. Back then she moved without thought, without gratitude. Now each movement feels sacred, deliberate, alive. Her breath deepens again, pulling in the quiet rhythm of the world. The air smells faintly of morning, clean, sweet, full of promise. She lifts her arms once more, slow and gentle, tracing air like silk. Her joints no longer resist, they open like petals greeting the sun. She lowers her arms with care, feeling the calm settle back in place. Every motion tells her, this is what healing looks like. Not dramatic, not loud, just honest and human. Her body, once tired, now feels awake and grateful. The stillness around her becomes a mirror of her inner calm. Margaret looks toward the window and sees her reflection. Her eyes shimmer softly, lined with time, yet bright with grace. There's wisdom there, a quiet strength she had forgotten. She nods to herself, a small gesture of acknowledgement. The years have shaped her, but they have not diminished her. She breathes again, slow and even, grounding in the present. Gratitude fills every space where tension once lived. Her hands drop to her sides, relaxed and open to the moment. Outside, the world hums, birds calling, leaves rustling, life moving on. She stands in silence, listening, her heart keeping time. There's no need to rush, there never was. Each second is enough, each breath a reminder that she's alive. She thinks of Emma, her granddaughter, and smiles again. She hopes Emma, too, will learn this, the beauty of stillness. The strength found not in doing, but in simply being. Margaret takes one final, long breath, her lungs expanding fully. The air fills her like light, warm and forgiving. She exhales slowly, completely, letting everything go. Her body feels balanced, her mind at peace, her spirit open. In this moment she knows, calm is not something to chase. It's something to return to, gently, breath by breath. And as she stands in quiet gratitude, she feels the truth within her. She has come home to herself, in the simplest, most beautiful way. The day grows brighter, soft light spilling across the room. Margaret stands still, her breath calm, her mind quiet. The air feels alive, carrying the rhythm of her steady heart. She glances toward the window and sees the garden waking. Leaves shimmer gently, touched by the early sun. For a moment everything feels connected, breath, earth, and time. She feels no rush to move, no urge to change anything. Her body has spoken, her spirit has listened. This stillness feels like completion, but also a beginning. She smiled, a small curve of peace across her face. Her hands rest softly over her heart, warm and grateful. She whispers, "Thank you," to her breath, her body, her day. Each word carries love, patience, and quiet strength. Outside, a bird sings again, its voice light and clear. Margaret closes her eyes, holding onto this gentle harmony. She knows she will return here tomorrow, to move, to breathe, to be. And as the sunlight fills the room, she takes one final deep breath. Inhale life. Exhale peace. And just like that, her morning begins again, full of grace and calm.